Well, hello again, everyone. This is Patrick Dupree from Customs and Exotics. We finally got everything moved into our new location. We're now into a 8,000 square foot building. Used to be in a 2,400, 2,500 square foot place before, so two buildings down from here. So we'll give you a quick tour. We don't have everything 100% organized, but we're pretty much there. Still got little things, tools, and equipment to arrange, but here's a quick tour of the shop and the building. So I'm gonna turn the camera around, and here we go. All right, so this is the building, and we're actually at a small private airport. This is one of the buildings here. So we actually have a 60-foot hangar door here, and for anybody who has cars here, they can actually just fly right in. We have this nice big airfield over here for small planes like Cessnas and things like that. So you can actually just land right here and come visit me. You can park on the pad. It's got the hooks for the airplanes here. So I've had a few customers come in from South Florida or North Carolina, wherever. So let's get into the building. So it's pretty big. It's a 100-foot span across. And here's a 6-to-6 charger. We're doing some repairs on the hood. That's one of my videos you can see on my channel. My little Fiat. I'm doing some repairs on the front end and try to find there's a problem with the electrical on it and it's misfiring, so I got it in here doing that. The sheets in here is because I just finished the car today and we detailed it, so I haven't cleaned that up yet. But got an office there with garage door. I can actually put a little car in the office if I wanted to make it look cool. The old paint booth, we rebuilt all the doors and cleaned up the fan and stuff. So until we get our new paint booth in a few months, everything is on back order, seems, from everybody. This is a 53 Jaguar XK120. It's just about in the finishing process. Some of the parts are still inside the car from moving it. We've got it on rollers. Here's a 2020 Corvette that was hit on the back corner. Bumpers on the back table there. We'll walk by it a little bit. So we're fixing that and replacing the exhaust. Was all bent and cracked and it's splitting, so that's a new one there. Got a Murcielago over here, doing a little bit of paint work on it. Some small repairs, nothing too major. And this is a 0092 color. And today yesterday we just got this one in, 280 SL. And it's just going to be a surface repaint. It's got a few dings and dents. A couple of dents on the hood here. We can kind of see them. There's one right there on the front, on the passenger door. Otherwise, it's very solid. There's no rust. Runs and drives excellent. The interior is great. Yeah, there's the other dent over here on the door. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to take the interiors out so we can bang that out really good. So let's go back around the other side of the shop. Show what we got going. So here through the middle, we just built all the work shelves, work tables. This is 16 feet by 4 feet. We've got shelf space on the bottom for all the parts. So all of these wrapped in paper have been restored and painted. This is what needs to be done. This is for this 74 XK V12 Roadster. The engine is all done. That's the exhaust what was broken for the Corvette. So that's gonna be trash. And we've got a work table here. I'm gonna make this into with some carpet on it. That's gonna be for the interior work, to work on this car. And the body shell is all done. The bonnet's almost ready to paint. The doors and trunk are ready to paint. And we still got parts from moving it that are still inside the car. The dash has been completely redone. All the gauges have been rebuilt. So we just need to finish assembly. Finish a little bit on the vents over here. Need to put the vents in. They've been painted already. So this one's complete restoration. Full frame off. And a lot of the parts still underneath. Some more parts that are painted here. So some of the new upholstery foam. And we built all these shelves. So they're pretty nice. You can stock all the parts. There's all the frame rails that are ready to paint. And the hardtop convertible for it up on top. Okay, back here got my buddy's Chris has this 64 Corvair. we're gonna do some. He's gonna do some modifications on there. So he's got this car here. It's pretty solid. I banged a little bit on some body work done on this side, so a little work over here too needs to be done, straighten it out. But I'm gonna strip it down, make a full job. Here we have a '68 Volvo P1800. We're doing for a customer in Washington. This is getting this 2017 Mustang EcoBoost 4-cylinder turbo intercooled with a 6-speed automatic transmission. That's going to go into there. We bought Mustang 2 front suspension, 6-piston Willwood calipers, Pierce rotors, 14-inch rotors, I believe. Could be a little bit bigger. The back end, we're going to get a shortened rear, 4-link. It's going to be all like racing, but it's going to be more of a daily driver. So we got it all stripped out. We still got to do the interior, the whole firewall, and here is going to get cut out. The engine compartment is going to get cut out, so we can rebuild it around this engine. So that's what we're going to do. These are all some of the new parts, and the back is all of the new parts for it. This is all from Speedway Motors. We got all the racing suspension. I'm going to put rack and pinion, power steering, electric windows, electric door locks, remote start, just like a new car. The car is in pretty good shape. The rockers and the bottoms have some damage, some rust work that's going to be needed there. A little damage here, and on the bottom, some couple of holes on the corners there, on both sides. So we built up more work tables all the way down. 4 feet space between each table, so we have space for storage parts, work tables to work on it. This is the hood for the 66 Charger, which just took down to bare metal. We're going to clean that up and redo paint. For some reason the paint had bubbled on there. The body filler didn't hold up, but it was like 16 years old, so since it was done. So it can happen sometimes. And here we have a full chassis. Let me move this cart, body filler cart. I have a full brand new chassis for a 1990 Range Rover Defender, or Land Rover Defender, sorry. And I'm doing the same kind of drivetrain on here. The Ford 4-cylinder turbo intercooled, the EcoBoost. This is a transmission from the Mustang, the 6-speed. So we're going to get rid of that. So that's for sale if somebody is interested. And just email me or message me. And we're going to put the, he wants the 10-speed automatic 4x4 transmission from one of the newer Ford Rangers. 2020 to 2022, some of the new ones. So we'll have that, so it's actually going to be 4x4. We're rebuilding all the original suspension in here. It's going to be all brand new. The body shell was taken apart. We have the bed and all the door panels, everything here above. And the aluminum is really thin, it had a lot of dents and waves and really banged up. So we're just going to rebuild all that from scratch and make it all brand new. This great big workbench back here. So we set up this section all for the Range Rover or the Land Rover to work on it. And this section is for a 69 E-Type that we're working on over here. This one we're going to do full aluminum body. We're going to do wide body fenders in the front, about 3-inch wider, and then about 4-inch wider body in the back. Drop down the side skirts, the rocker panels a little bit. The roof is going to be cut down a little bit more slick. Extend the back and a little bit of a dovetail in the back. I'm going to change that, and the nose is going to be extended. So we're in the process of building a wireframe buck. So we're using the original nose. This one had a little bump over here, but the skin is in perfect shape. Never been dented or damaged on the front. All it has a tiny bit of rust in the corner on the fender, but you can see it here. And besides that, it's in great shape. Just like some surface rust where the joints were for the inner panels. So being that it's so great, I'm building the wireframe inside of it to have the correct proportions. And from that, once we get it all done, get the skins off and get the fenders off, and we'll build on top of this wireframe, we'll build another wireframe just to make the wide body and extend the fenders out about 3 inches, bring it to the front, go a little bit longer, a little bit pointier nose, smaller mouth. And then we'll do the same thing with that. We might do a full tubular chassis and a full racing suspension on it. And it's getting a V12 with a 6-speed Tremec TK transmission on it, Magnum. And so there's that car we're working on. We finally got our Crossfire here in the back corner. We got a Langmuir Crossfire XR. It's 4x8 foot CNC plasma cutting table. So we have it all set up, and all we have left now is to hook it up. The plasma machine did not come with the connector that goes here, so we can connect it to the machine. So it's being shipped, so we should have it Friday. So hopefully next week we'll be able to get this started and get going with it. So right now all I have, we did a test, so just water and some regular automotive coolant. It's orange coolant. This is not rusty water. It's actual orange coolant that I had left over from a Fiat. So I'll just put half a gallon with water in it for now, just keep things from rusting and checking for leaks. So far we have no leaks, so it's been perfect. It's been really good. Little sandblast cabinet here, and all little degreaser and cleaners over here. New shrinker stretcher. So we're gonna get another one. I'm gonna keep one as a stretcher and the other one as a shrinker. The really old one. This one's about 40 years old. Junk metal. So this whole back area is basically all the work metal area. We've got some 1/4 inch here that I'm going to use for some tooling that we're going to build. And this one here is the XK140 drop head coupe MC, 1955. It's a pastel blue with a two-tone blue interior. And the chassis is at my house because it's all completely done. It's like brand new. And the drivetrain as well, the engine and everything. All that's left is the carburetors and the radiator put on. So we've got fenders we bought a while back, so they're dusty from all the moving and everything. So we're gonna clean those up. We're gonna put the new front clip on it. It was an accident, so it was crushing the front. The front fender was cut over here and patched up really bad. It had about 1 inch of body filler on there and lead and all kinds of stuff. So new fenders are better. The cowl is completely sandblasted in and out. And right now it's just all we have is a coating of Gibbs. It's anti-rust. So we've got on there. We've got to replace the bottom frame rails here, and we've got brand new rockers, brand new door posts front and rear, and the black panels here are new panels. The gray is pretty much what's left of the original car, and this part of course from the original car. The hood is from the original car. We have the hood here. You can kind of see the color. It used to be this pastel blue on there. And so we're going to go back to all factory original color. It is a nice rare piece. And when it's all done, it's more than likely going to be for sale. And here we have a heavy duty table, all with 2x6s, 4x4 posts. So we can have our vise on here. We got this little bender cutter machine from Harbor Freight. It was sitting for a while in my other shop, so I didn't have room to use it, so it's got surface rust. So in the middle, cleaning them up piece by piece, and restoring them and painting them, cleaning up all the blades and sharpening them. This is a new Eastwood bead roller that we got, and another workbench. So we got plenty of workbenches here in this area. We got this big workbench with shelves up above, so we can do storage. There's all our tooling in this place. This one is going to be all set up as we started with these drawers, so we're going to put that all the way around for all the hardware connection. We got our rotary compressor in the back, so it's nice and quiet. We don't hear it barely at all. We got a 80-gallon air tank next to it. So we've got these little saw and drills. They're not the greatest, but they work okay for little stuff. So we'll clean them up and rebuild those too, make them look like new. So let's go back towards the workbench again. Now I bought or go back this way. So in these bags is an English wheel. So there's a big wheel here and all the little ones in here and all the rest of the components. From Ray Chalene. He has this really great setup for English wheels. So these are all the components for the front, all the wheels, and it comes with a set of plans. You buy the 4x4 steel tubing, 1/4 inch thick, and I cut this out and I've got the whole frame built. So I have the front leg over here that's going to attach on the front here and going down, and the two rear legs on the side over here. They're in the back wall behind this car. So I just have to finish the flat platform that's going to go on the bottom. I need to cut those and then weld it together. And so by next week we'll have this English wheel ready to go. I'm not sure what color I'm going to paint it yet. Thinking maybe hammer finish, silver or bronze, which may be kind of cool, different, or red and black. So maybe the thing red, the frame red, and the legs black. Still debating. My team colors are mostly red and black and some yellow. The workbenches eventually will paint all yellow and have the tops like a medium gray, like a primer gray color. It doesn't show dirt too much, and that's why we did the yellow bar on the Crossfire, because we wanted to make it a little bit bright and different than just the standard black. So the new welders are all green, so it puts a little color. The Everlast, they're great so far. I've had them for a few months and they work fantastic, so I'm pretty happy with that. My old Miller machine, it's a Mittermatic 210, so I need to get a new fan for that one. But we got walk space 3 to 4 feet, at minimum 3 feet up to 4 feet between every workbench, so everywhere we can work. We got all our new lights on the ceiling. Still have to add more over the ceiling on this side to make it brighter. This E-type here, this is a 70 XK roaster, XKE. So the bottom's done, the top is ready to be finished. The nose still needs some work on the tip of the nose, and then once we get that fixed, it was hit pretty hard, and it was up about a ½ inch up on top and almost a ½ inch this way too. So we still got some work on there. So gotta clean up the surface rough, so I'm sitting from this last 2 months of moving. I had put some Gibbs on there, but just it wasn't thick enough, so it's still rusted a little bit, but that'll clean up real good. So we're gonna do a portable English wheel to flatten this out. Use a shrinking disc from Ray Chalene that we bought from him too, so we can flatten this out and get this looking like brand new, so we barely have any body filler. So that's on this side of the shop. This is the nose for the 74, that white one from earlier. And this is the bumper from the Corvette, was hit on the back corner, crushed all this in the exhaust, crushed the tail light, the side's broken. So the worst thing about this job is getting the parts. Everything was on back order from Chevrolet, and it took almost a month to get the bumper cover and an extra 2 weeks to get this piece. And the taillight had to find a used one because they're still not available from any GM dealers. So this side of the shop then is mostly storage. Some of my old vehicles. My 15-foot box truck, 84, or that's an 86 Ford E350 van. And here is my old flatbed that used to be sitting in the back of the yard because I didn't have room to put it in my other shop to work on it. So now I'll have room. And the engine was bad. It had a 350 in it, which was great, worked great. This is a camper special, 10,000 pound gross vehicle weight. So basically a 5-ton dually, has an extended 3-foot frame. It used to have one of those roll top that you drive a car on or pull with a winch on top. So I'm gonna rebuild one of those, probably all aluminum. And I've had this big block Rolls-Royce engine. I think it's a 6 or 6.5 liter. I'm not quite sure on these. Don't do too much work on these things, but it's a great engine. It's all GM components. So we'll put a bigger carburetor in than the old SUs and get a custom intake manifold done on it. Get it all done. It only had like 50,000 miles on it, so it runs super strong. So just dirty. So we're gonna fit that into this truck. So I'll have a nice 5-ton dually. It's a 75 Chevy, and with the Rolls-Royce engine, and we'll fix it up real nice. I'll probably put, instead of these smaller tires, I think these are 16-inch, we'll probably go ahead and put the 19-inch wheels, a little bit bigger tires. Same thing, but put nice billet aluminum wheels on it. So it's going to be a fun project in the next couple of years to work on. And here under all this pile of boxes is my 55 Buick 2-door hardtop. He's keeping an eye on things. And it's got the nail head engine. I'm not sure if this is the 322 or the smaller one. I think it was a 294 or something like that. I have to look into it. I think it's a 322 on this one. But this was a strong running engine. I had it out, cleaned up and painted, but it's been sitting for a couple of years inside the back of the shop, so it got completely filthy. So we'll clean that up. The hubcap's in perfect shape. There's a couple tiny little dings on two of them. All the side moldings I have, they were intact except for one on the other side that was hit. So might make that into a roadster, like a beach car. Just cut off the roof, and we'll drop it down. Put a new drivetrain. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one. I have a V12 Jag. I might put into it. So we don't know, or maybe put an LS motor. This is a 76 Jag. So we'll make that into the classic 70s with the wide fender, the kind of bubble round fender, and do like the racing style, just aluminum dash, just a roll bar, front seats, and nothing else in there, and just make it a lightweight like racer, just white and some couple of stripes, some numbers on it. And this is my other Jaguar X-Type that I spun the bearings a little while ago. So it's been sitting, as you can see, it's pretty dirty. This one sat outside also, so I didn't have room in my shop. I was keeping customers' cars inside, so mine stayed outside. So it got pretty filthy. So, but it'll a nice wet sand and buff. It'll come out good. I had this custom paint job I did a few years ago. So I got the brand new motor here. So one weekend I'll have to take a little time. I might take a whole month just to have the whole engine compartment completely painted, detailed. The engine, I might take some of the parts and components off, just paint them, clear coat them, make it look like a car show, full show car job on it. So make it like better than brand new. And this little engine stands, we're going to put different engines and start them up and check out, do the break-ins before we put them in the shop. So, and that's pretty much it. So this empty area here, where all hood bonnets, skins that are damaged. This one was hit hard in the front, and it bent a couple of places along the middle. And this one was pretty rotted out, patched up in the front. Can't really see it on this, but so it makes a nice artwork on the floor, on the ceiling. So, but that's pretty much the shop. The whole thing. I mean, you got walkways everywhere around, so it's nice to be able to walk around every car. I got an old 308 here that got to get done, and so this Mercedes is going to be this upcoming month, and finish this one up. Everything's painted. We just need to do the polishing and buffing on it and get this back on the road. So it's a pretty sweet car. So Corvette comes this weekend. Now we got all the parts, so we're gonna get the bumper painted tomorrow and get this Corvette out for hopefully this weekend or beginning of the week. But that's what it is. There's the whole shop, looking pretty good. Got a garage door over the filter door, so we're not using the paint boot. We just don't do much painting, so we can close the garage door in front and protect the filters from getting dirty. But that's pretty much it. It's a cool 120. This one's gonna be silver. It's gonna be bright silver with it's got a burgundy red interior, or like medium red interior. So really great. So I'm just about ready to pull the body off. We've got light blocking on the hood and final priming, and then the car, the doors, fenders, everything else is ready for paint. So I got a rack in the back of the shop that I can put the body on to roll it. So the frame is going to stay on this wood roller. This will be on the metal rack, so we can get through underneath and paint inside and out all on one shot. And a bunch of parts here too that we have for a 84 Lamborghini Countach that I painted. The body's shop is already at Maranello down the road from me, Maranello Autosport.com. He does all exotic car, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati repair, and is one of the best in the East Coast of the U.S. So there's a bumper and the two doors from the 84 Countach, so they're ready to paint. And I have all the other accessories, hood, trunk, and air vents and things like that still to do. Then we're gonna go bolt that onto the car over there while he's doing the mechanicals and electrical on it. So look him up, Maranello Autosport. Awesome guy, super great mechanic, one of the best in the East Coast. So I do all his paint work. Whatever he asks for repairs, it's all sent to us. This is the charger that's on that other video. So the hood is off, but it was the 528 Hemi. It's somewhere around 700 horse. And was restored. It's a car that I did about 16 years ago. And everything looks perfect. The paint is super smooth. But for some reason, the hood didn't hold up. Maybe the engine got a little hot and bubbled up the paint on the top. So I'm going to fix that, make it look brand new again. And putting new carpets in it. And besides that, it's just a quick detail buff, and it'll be like brand new again. So thanks for watching, and if you have questions or need work, we do top of the line, just mostly exotic cars. We rarely do collisions like this. Do that like once in a while for a customer that been asking us to do it. If we did some of their work on their exotic cars and their personal cars like this one, then that's something we'll do, of course. But we don't do collision work off the street. A lot of custom work. We do fabrication. We make our own panels. Repair rust. We do fabrication for even stands for the cars. We can make custom stands for the cars, custom stands for the engine. I'll show you one for example. We did for this V12. So I wanted to be able to have access to the whole engine and be able to put the exhaust and everything on the car before putting it into the car. So there's the engine, and we made this custom stand. So it bolts on the side. So these two are the only one that's where the motor mounts go. Besides that, everything else can be assembled. Exhaust, even the pipes down the side, the motor will come right out. Transmission on it. So instead of having it attached to the back where you can't work on anything, so we can work on the clutch, we're going to work on everything. So it got a little dusty here from moving, but this engine's been completely done. And it's ready to go. We've got the cast iron coating on there from Eastwood on the exhaust. We painted the engine aluminum and gone through everything, so it'll be like a brand new car. I'm going to recover that. So, but yeah, we do custom engine stand for mostly for ourselves. If somebody wants some, we can do that. They can be where, instead of being all welded together, they can be bolted together so they can be shipped easy. And but this is the shop. Appreciate you guys watching. I know it's a long video, about 27-30 minutes just about, but give us some comments, give us some likes, please subscribe. We're going to keep following on through on this one with videos on the build of this one. Once the full wireframe buck is done for the whole body, we're going to be driving this up to Rachaline in Massachusetts, and we're going to go have him help me with the body. I've not done too many aluminum bodied hand shaped for these kind of cars. There's a lot of curves and compound curves. So we're going to work with him on doing that, and he's probably going to do a series on that in videotape, hopefully, and that would be great. So check out his videos. He's got a lot of great stuff, and he's a really cool guy. Check my other video that I did last, and when we visited him in Massachusetts real quick. So there we are. Thanks again, and again, like and subscribe, and keep up. And we'll keep posting videos more and more on the work we're doing. Thanks again.